You know what, Kamalei? You know what it is, bro? You are waking up on vacation and you still got 4 days left.
And the mimosas is flowing.
Well, hello. Welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. We're your hosts, James
and Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we are passionate about great music and a great vocal. We use the vehicle of NBC as the voice to give you our take on each contestant, their voice, and their overall performance. Now, on the Pitchy Podcast, what we're not here to do is come for anyone's character or any contestant as a human being. Now, we may come off a little pitchy at times, if you know what I mean. We'll always do our best to speak our truths in love, kindness, and respect. And with that, let's start with that first night of the playoffs. Stephanie, we got so much to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't have words for some of these performances.
That's right.
It's just, I'm not going to cuss. It's just darn good singing. Darn good, pound for pound singing. Some of the choices, in my opinion, Stephanie, were impossible. Impossible.
Right.
Because there were just some amazing things that happened last night.
Absolutely.
What do you think as a whole?
I think that it was the best night of singing, bar none, for this season.
Oh, yeah.
Best night of singing we've seen.
It's interesting, you all. Stephanie and I did not watch this at the same time. I had a rehearsal last night, so I didn't even get in until late. And Stephanie only sent me one text message, and it was emojis. And I was like, I called her, and it was pretty late when I called her. And I think she was at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And she hadn't gotten the results yet. But I was like, you can't do that to me, Stephanie. And she's like, but I did.
I needed to reach out. I got on stories and I was like, y'all seeing this? Are y'all seeing this? Like, it was crazy last night. It was crazy.
It was crazy. But Stephanie said something so profound to me. She said, I want to see. I'm not going to tell you anything. I just want to see if you had the same reaction that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, Stephanie, you and I are usually right there on one accord with most things.
Right.
So I said, I probably will. And what happened? I fell asleep because it got very late.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish. I got about halfway through and I was passed out.
Yeah.
But then this morning I was fresh, and we'll get there.
Okay, we will get there.
Let's go ahead and jump right in. So our first performance of the night, let me just go back and explain to you, with the playoffs, we only saw two coaching teams last night. We saw Team Legend, Team John, and Team Dan and Shay. What I think, I like the way they did it, Stephanie, because I think with Chance and Reba next week and Dan and Shay and John this week, I think stark contrast of artists.
Yeah.
So we got like a variety. So I loved it.
Right.
If it would have been Dan and Shay and Reba the same week, I'd have been like, okay.
Yeah, it would have been, even though they do have a lot of diversity on their teams, I think that we're going to get a wider range of diversity over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, and boy, did we get it.
Yeah.
Okay, boy and girl, did we get it. Okay, so starting off with one of my favorite performers this season on Team John, this was Nathan Chester singing a song I had never heard of, Stephanie. And
I'd never heard it either. He sang "Oh Darling" by the Beatles.
And I am not, and y'all don't come for me with this one. I am not a Beatles aficionado. Of course, I know, and I know Stephanie's husband is, and I know, because he's a friend of mine too. This man has taught his kids, Stephanie's kids, obviously.
They walking around here singing yesterday.
So again, it was nice to hear a Beatles song I had never heard.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, Nathan, you already know and I don't know if this is his lane, but him being a cruise ship singer, I said, Nathan, you know he's going to be able to be, he can be a chameleon, but I think he has chosen the style of a throwback sound because he's got a throwback sound.
Yes.
I said, and I said this again, I think, last time, but I'm going to add another artist. I said, if anyone should play the biopic of Otis Redding and or Sam Cooke, it needs to be this gentleman right
It's this man,
here.
absolutely.
He's just got that old 60s, 70s sound.
Yeah.
That you just don't hear from young people
That's
as
right.
much anymore.
That's right.
I'm not saying that the sound's a dying art because it's the foundation of so much singing that came with me and Stephanie's generation, and now it's foundational, right?
Yes.
Like I believe, like people like the Beatles or Motown singers like the Temptations, they're all foundational music of the music that we know of today.
Yes.
I said it's just crazy. I said Nathan is just an entire vibe. I said he's the only one that could pull off a leisure suit in 2024. And
come
rock
through
it.
and rock it.
I said, dude, and Nathan, like when you perform, I get Prince vibes, dude. Like when you did that split, I said Prince is like the only man I know that can make something like that look cool other than you, dude.
Exactly.
Like, you're just an entire vibe, Nathan. Mm-hmm. I said, wait a second. I said, is he testifying in this song? I said, you better sing. I said, I just love the way the song sat in his voice.
Yeah.
Nathan always strategically picks a perfectly ranged song where there are some artists who are incredible singers who don't necessarily pick the best keys for themselves to highlight themselves.
Right.
And I feel like whatever Nathan does with Paul and the band, with John, I feel like it's always just perfectly placed in his throat.
Right.
I said, it's just like, it's like water flowing. It's like a babbling brook to hear him. And that final note was everything.
Everything.
Stephanie.
This is another person on this season that has made me say this person was born to perform and born to sing. Yeah. Like the amount of skill it took for him to not only perform the way he performed, but to sing the way he sang while he was performing the way he was performing. And his performance, the quality about his performance is so fascinating to me because there is like this Broadway theatricalness to it, but it's not inauthentic. It's not forced. It's not pressed. It's not pushed. It's not like, it doesn't make me like, it's not cheesy. Like this is a person being 1000% themselves on stage and doing exactly what they were put on this earth to do.
Your point. Born to perform.
Born to perform, born to sing. When the band did the split, I said, okay,
we're going to be about this tonight.
Okay. Like I already knew because we already know if you're coming up first on an episode of The Voice, that means you bringing it, right? So I already knew. And that was just validated over and over and over again in this performance. Oh my goodness. Like you said, that last note, I'm like lungs of steel. I'm like, I'm asking all the why questions. Why? How? When? What? Like, what? Oh my goodness. It was just an incredible, incredible way to start this night. And no matter what happens on this show, you will see more of Nathan in some venue, arena, something, Broadway. You will see this man. Yeah, incredible.
Incredible. Get your money's
incredible. And let me be honest and transparent real quick. I know that this is Nathan's lane, and I am so glad that he has stayed true to this throwback old school sound with throwback old school songs.
Yeah.
When they said the name of the song, I was like, okay, I don't know this at all. When they said it was Beatles, I was even more confused. So I'm like, this is Beatles? Like, because you could hear like as the rehearsal was going on. So I was kind of like, like during the rehearsal, like, okay, it's going to be good, but is it going to keep my interest? I was thoroughly entertained. I thoroughly enjoyed. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It's so hard. It's hard to impress me on a song that I don't know in a genre that's not my genre. Like, it's really hard for me to be impressed. Thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly.
Yeah. Wow. What way to start the show. But again, like Stephanie said, look for the first. Look for the first.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, great. So who do we have next?
Next up was from Team Dan and Shay. We had Karen Waldrup, and she sang Heart Like a Truck by Lady Wilson. This is my commercial song. I know this song best from, it's either like a Chevy or a Ram commercial. And it's like the perfect, Miss Laney, if you wrote this song, you wrote this song knowing that a truck brand was going to pick up this song and use it in their commercials, because it is the perfect truck commercial song, but it is also an awesome song as well.
It is. Now, the point that you made on the previous artist, I'm going to make that point today. I did not know this song.
You don't be watching commercials. You be skipping through, huh? You be skipping through.
But here we go again. To Stephanie, the point that she just made on Nathan, I'm going to make on Karen. I said everything about Karen says pro.
Pro.
And it's so interesting because, like, when they gave her feedback, they were saying just pro. I said she's a storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
I said she always knows where the camera is. Watch Karen when she performs. She'll always tilt her head. She always knows where her shot is. That says pro.
That says pro.
That says you've been in the game for a minute.
That's
you
right.
always know where your light is. You always know where it is. I said, and the way she arcs a song, right? Like it reminded me of Jackie Rohr. Like storytelling. She always knows where to take it, where she's going, where she's come from, and where she's going to end.
Yeah.
I said she knows when to give. She knows when to pull it back. It's just such a professional work. I really appreciate seeing a pro up there showing basically the children how it's done.
Come on.
I said she performs like she's already a superstar.
Yeah.
Like she just was stopping by. We said this not about too many artists. Like she was just stopping by, giving drop the mic performance, and then back on her jet off to the next gig. Like that's what I see with her. And I said, and the fact that she's a country singer and the fact that she's a pro the way she is, she just needs to be heard. She just needs to be heard by one of the labels in Nashville.
That's right.
The fact that she is not signed or not huge, I don't get it.
No, I don't get it either.
Because she's just it. She's just it when it comes to that type of performer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, this song, oh my goodness. I know the chorus best because of the commercial. But this is another song where you have to be a master storyteller, because a lot of the song is about the story, and a lot of country music is about the story. And Karen is just a master storyteller. She is, like you said, our pro. This was a really vulnerable performance, I felt. And in hearing the beginning of the song, the only thing that made me a little nervous was the first minute or so of the song kind of sat in the same place. Mm-hmm. And I saw and heard how Karen was trying to manipulate the melody to bring some pieces up to give some more dynamics to where there might not have been until that very end part where you got the holleration of the heart like a truck. So I really appreciated how she tried to, kind of like you were saying, James, she was arcing the song, and it kind of felt like the song wanted to do this and then this, like it wanted to stay kind of flat and then shoot off. But Karen was like arcing it up before it was supposed to, and then it shot into that chorus. That's a pro. And especially knowing the moment, knowing that you only had about 2 minutes 30 for this performance to show that you deserve to go to the lives. I thought those were brilliant choices. The way her voice soared at the back end of that song was incredible. And but the thing that really got me was the very end, because she brought it back. Like she went to that soar, and then she got a heart like a truck. And you better use those lungs of steel. Like it was so incredible to me that how she did that.
Yeah.
It was an incredible performance. It was incredible.
I said again, I mean, the voice, like, you're making this hard. You're making it
real
really,
hard.
really hard. I didn't think I thought by the time we got to the playoffs that it would be like pretty black and white.
Right.
But no. And I was really worried about the playoff pass folks.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, and I'm foreshadowing. But I said, like you said, this was some singing tonight.
This was some singing.
It down. Okay. So next, we had one of my favorites. You got the song, young man, Stephanie.
Oh, from Team Legend.
Song, young man.
From Team Legend. We had Kamalei Kawa'a. He sang "No Woman, No Cry." Yes, by Mr. Marley.
Perfect for this song.
Oh
I said his whole laid back vibe, the whole Bryan vibe it fits this song like a glove. I said what do I love about Kamalei's voice? I said, notice how he finishes his phrases with like a riff, like just like it's not a run.
No, it's the vibrato. It's his vibrato. Yes.
It's just like a perfect little riff off vibrato. And he does it with every phrase. And it's so intentional. It's so appropriate. It's so...
It's literally like a wave. Yeah. It's like an ocean wave because there's that breath behind it. It's like the wave of his vibrato, but then there's that breath behind it. Oh!
I love how, again, you will see aspects of his culture every time Kamalei performs, but then they brought the reggae vibe back. I was like, come on, like halfway through it, they brought it, and everybody started grooving.
He ad-libbed it, like he announced it because he was like, hey, and then that beat came in, and I was like, wind your way.
Because he just was like, he just was grooving. I said, Kamalei, he has the crowd in the palm of his hand. And you can do whatever you want when you got that. Not many people have this gift where the crowd is just like, yes. I want more. And it was just, this is, again, another one, just a vibe, a complete vibe, dude. You take us there. You take us to those beaches. You take us to everything. You are Hawaii, Kamalei. Like, you are.
Right.
You just are.
Right.
Stephanie.
Oh, my gosh. He's just got this clean, soulful voice. And we already talked about the vibrato at the end. I love that you pointed that out and you heard that as well. Because I'm like, the breathy back ends of his phrases were giving me life. They were giving me life. He just gave a straight vocal. And there was just such a confidence. There was such a strength and power in his vocal without being, but there was it was like a hug. Like I just felt.
Yeah, there was nothing manic about it.
It was
just so smooth.
It was so smooth, so solid. His voice is just peace. Like I feel like I need to listen to that song like every morning, like to just start my day because it's so encouraging and strong and powerful, but it's so peaceful. He gave me youth this week. Like I don't know if it was the song, but vocally and just his presence on the performance gave me youth. It gave me swag. Like the way he was able to, and I don't want to say the word adjust, like there was an adjustment, but the way that he vibed when that reggae beat came in and he had his little two-step, and some people just overperform. Right. And that is not Kamalei. Kamalei stays in his lane, and it is so cool to watch somebody just being 1000% themselves. Again, kind of like a Nathan, just being 1000% themselves, not trying to do too much, but there's just, it's really an attractive thing to watch. You're attracted to watch somebody just being in their lane, doing what they do, executing at such a high level and making you feel good at the same time. Like, it was awesome.
You know what it is? This just dropped in my brain. You know what, Kamalei? You know what it is, bro? You are waking up on vacation and you still got 4 days left. Stephanie, see, I knew. I got chills with that. Thank you for that, Lord. You are waking up on vacation and you still got 4 days left. Tell me that's not it.
Oh, and the mimosas is flowing.
Yeah, Stephanie.
And the mimosas is flowing. They are unlimited.
4 days left.
You still got
you on vacation.
Yes.
No kids. I'm sorry, baby.
No kids. No kids.
It's just him. That's just him.
Absolutely. That was good. That was good.
Ooh, that was so good. So good. Took us there. Yeah, Stephanie all parched.
You wake up singing. Everything's gonna be all right. Yes.
Everything's gonna be all right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Even though that song is,
yeah,
but it's like, and I love that he played homage to the lyrics of that song.
Yes.
Like, talking about Trench Town.
Come on.
And what Bob Marley was really talking about in that song. Yeah,
yes.
That's awesome. Okay. Anya, I think, is next.
Yes.
And she was with team
Dan and Shay. And she sang All Too Well by Taylor Swift.
By the Taylor Swift. Okay.
Yes.
Here we go again. Swifties, don't come for me. Please don't come for me when I say this. I say this with so much love. Here we go again. I have a theory, you all. Stephanie knows my Taylor Swift theory.
I do.
My theory is I don't truly appreciate Taylor Swift songs until somebody else sings them. I said, Anya, it's just, your voice is just so today.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so now. I said, now sound. And you're still a teenager.
Yes.
So, again, Anya, you just your whole look, your whole sound, like, sis, I hope you get good representation. Because you're going to be huge. You're going to be huge. Yeah. I love the way she emotes. All of her emotion comes from her eyes. And a lot of people don't have that gift. A lot of people need face, right?
They need
face, they need body, they need, but every single part of her emotion comes from her eyes. And she'll give a look that will just break your heart, make you fall in love, and it's all in her eyes. I love it. I said, you really bring us in. You really bring us in, Anya, and to be that young and to have this gift is truly something to behold.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you also have the gravitas to stand and strum your guitar and just sing.
Right.
The way you did.
Right.
Ain't no fanfare, ain't no show. That just shows that you can go on your voice and your whole performance alone, and you don't have to do us anymore because you're that strong.
Yeah.
That's strong. I loved it. Another appreciation for the brilliance of Taylor Swift songwriting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stephanie?
Yeah, I think that Anya is so uber talented. Like,
Yeah, crazy.
point blank, period. She is so uber talented. I love how one of the judges compared her to Julia Michaels, which was, yeah, I was like, yes, that's another one where I
Yeah.
can absolutely hear her voice. Here is where I think she was done a disservice. This was not the Taylor Swift song to sing for her. This was not the song. Because what do we know of this song? And what do we think of? It's the iconic performance that she did on Saturday Night Live of the 13-minute version of this song, right? So I feel like for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you can't give what this song needs in that amount of time. I think that Anya did an incredible job doing the best that she could with giving as much as of this song, with the time that she had. However, I just felt like this was not the song, and it's not because she didn't sing it well. It's just because we're always going to compare it to the Taylor.
Yeah.
So I thought, and at this point in the competition, everyone, I want y'all to understand. And John even said at one point that he picked this song for somebody, because these contestants are not picking these songs at this point in the competition. Either the producers or the coaches are. So Anya had to do what she had to do with what she was given. And I understand if Dan and Shay or the producers picked the Taylor Swift song for her, I understand why they did. This was not the one. She sang it the best that she could. She sang it. She represented the song as best as she could. It was fantastic. Her voice is captivating. Her face is captivating. She is one of those singers where you can just stand there and watch her. She don't have to do too much. She can stand and sing, and it is her voice and her presence are so captivating. Just like James said, get you some good representation and continue singing, because you have an incredible, incredible gift.
She has everything. She
has everything. Did you hear the original song that she did before they went into the rehearsal? I was like, can I get that? Can I buy that? Like,
that's your experience on The Voice? Are you kidding?
It was crazy. I was like, see? Yeah, same. It was incredible. It was incredible. So yeah. Great job, Anya.
Next is John Legend person.
Yes.
Contestant.
Yes.
Bryan Olesen. Bryan. Dude. Okay. Y'all, when you get a seasoned singer like Bryan, who is of a certain age, you're going to get songs that me and Stephanie want to hear.
Come on.
Songs of our women, itty bitty youth. Okay? Like Toto's Africa. I have been waiting for years for someone to do this song on one of these shows. And to me, young folks, don't hate on me, but this is a song somebody who's seasoned has to sing.
Yeah.
It's just got just that whole you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I said, Bryan, what a song. Whoever chose the song, or if you, I don't know. I said, what a song. I said, this is when they announced Africa, I said, he's gonna slay. He's gonna like play me to hear this. And you know Bryan is gonna okay. I said, I love the intro. Intro was very different.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yes.
Liked it. And it transitioned into the song that we know.
Yes.
Because Bryan has a very 80s rocker sound. This song was perfect for him.
Yes.
I said, but Bryan, in that 80s rocker sound, the holleration, when that dude like unhinges his vocal cords to come out, I said, it's just crazy.
Crazy.
I was afraid at first that the band was going to drown him out, but they did not. I put he is superbly seasoned.
Yes.
I said, it's amazing. y'all, and this is like a little nuance you got to catch, and Stephanie's going to know exactly what I'm talking about. It's amazing to see someone who was a previous band member become a front man or a front woman. Who did it? Dave Grohl did it.
Yes.
And to see someone, because they have an appreciation of being a part of the band. So I felt like there's this natural intuition and an instinct.
Yes.
That because of his foundation of being a band member, a guitar player at that.
Yes.
I said, even when he is a front man, you still see that it's not just Bryan, it's him and the band.
Yes.
Right? It's like he brought them along with him. And I thought that was only because he's a former, band member where he was not the lead vocalist.
Right.
I said, I love the slight melody changes that he made in this song. They were also slight, but they were so respectful, Stephanie. I said, but you know what? I knew it was over when they brought that guitar out. I said, y'all are about to see what it takes to really have staying power in the industry. Because it's like, the man's a guitarist first, right? Before he's a vocalist, and his voice is that insane, but he's a guitarist first. He made a professional living, a career as a guitarist for a huge Christian rock band.
Huge.
I said, I knew it was over. I said, there's going to be snappage. And did this man snap? I said, when he got that guitar, it was like he was suiting up. It was like he was like a transformer, right? It was like that guitar, and it was like behind him at first, and then he was like, well, here it goes. Yep. And it just was snappage from then on out. I said, you can see where his true comfort is.
Yes.
That guitar on his back, and he moved that guitar around, and I said, okay. I mean, nobody's going to become this professional as Bryan, and he slayed especially the back end of that song. I was like, it's just, he's one of those another level singing. Like, there's another level.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Crazy performance, Stephanie.
Yes. So when they said Africa, I was like, okay, I know this, but it took me a minute to gauge it. Right. And then at some point I heard the and like something happened in my soul. Something happened in my soul. And I was just like, oh, like I knew it was coming, just like you, James. I knew it was coming. So the beginning of the song, the middle of the song, and the end of the song, so equally, but not even equally, like they just continued, kind of like you said, it just continued to level up, like insane. So the opening of it was so brilliant because I felt like he was giving us slight dynamics. Like it starts off kind of low, but he was making melodic choices that really made the first part of that song so interesting. Like I wrote down impact because his voice was just cutting. It was just cutting through the music, not like nothing was it was such a beautiful partnership between him and the band, his vocal and the band. I love the accent in his voice, like this very Bono sounding accent that he has. So and 80s. I think so 80s. And I think it lends so well to this song in particular. I said, come on, Holleration.
Came out of the 80s.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Come on, Holleration. Like, oh my goodness, just come on, Holleration. His vocal choices. I said, okay, so we are taking a risk. Let's be clear. Because he took a couple bars in order for the gentleman to come bring him his guitar while the BGVs were singing the chorus, right? So I was like, this is a risk.
Did you hear John's note, though? He gave him that note.
He did. He did.
Let the BGVs do the work, and then you just go to town.
He did, but it's risky because the point of this, like, you only have an allotted amount of time. And that is for you to show your voice, right?
Or in the vamp.
Yeah. So he took time to go get that guitar, let the BGV sing. And he didn't even start playing right away, mind you. He took like a bar or two to get in, like, and it was on purpose, right? I thought that this was so smart. You know why? Because it showed exactly what we're going to get where in the live shows. He gave us a live performance in the playoffs. And it showed how confident he was. It showed what a pro he was. It showed a different layer of him because we had not yet seen him play the guitar yet. And when he got on that guitar, that man was shredding. He was shredding. I cannot wait to go back and watch this.
Yeah.
And just sit and really enjoy it because it was so brilliant on so many different levels.
It felt like a 10-minute song. Right?
It did. It did.
Like, I felt like I got enough. Like I felt like I wasn't like, that's it? No.
Right.
No. Like you said, it was so strategically and perfectly and professionally planned.
Yes.
It was some good stuff, Mr. Olsen. Thank you, sir. Oh, that song. Whenever, I love that song. Okay, so moving right along, we next have Olivia.
Yes. Okay. We had Olivia from Team Dan and Shay, and she sang "I'll Stand By You" by the Pretenders.
I love this song. I love this song. I said, okay, let me stop right here for a second. Sweetie, I got to talk about you for a second.
Thank you.
Sweetie.
Please, can you talk?
Sweetie, seriously. I'm getting chills saying this, young lady. I said, you are one of the best coaches that have ever come through this show. And not only are you a good coach, you're a good life coach.
Yes, you are.
Dropping nuggets.
Listen, I was writing nuggets down. This woman said, there are no deadlines to dreams. I said, you preaching. She said, pressure makes diamonds. She said, say it with your chest. And that's only a couple. Like every person that she interacted with, she was dropping diamonds.
You're my radar, young lady. You're my radar. I mean, my daughter adores you and loves your stuff. But frankly, I've not really listened to your stuff. You on my radar, young lady, because you truly, I love seeing young people who have something to say.
Come on.
Something like of substance to say.
Yes.
That means that they've been through something.
Come on.
That means that they've lived a little life.
Come on.
Because she was talking like she was like a 75-year-old grandma.
Right.
Dropping, and they were absorbing.
Yes. Yes, they were.
Yes, they were. Take a moment because she said some great things to Olivia. Mm-hmm. I said, the thing I love about Olivia, I said, Olivia has a really excellent sense of pitch.
Yes, she does.
And I say that because the opening of that song, the way Olivia did it with just the block chords, it's deceptively difficult.
Oh, yeah.
To stay in tune.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, her sense of pitch is just, I said, Olivia just gives me that whole Pat Benatar, just that whole early 80s, mid 80s female rocker vibe.
Yes.
Her sound.
Yes.
But it's not as edgy as say a Pat Benatar, but she just gives me that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it's a very interesting choice where I thought the song was fantastic until they did that very strange key change. Did you hear that key change, Stephanie?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just, like, to me, it just felt like from that point on, it was not the right key for her.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Olivia sing so well. I said, it made it just, I put the word interesting. Mm-hmm. I said, it just made it, I was like, it just was an interesting melodic choice because I felt like the song just shifted and it did not showcase the best of her from that point on. I said, I'm not sure if the key change was a strong enough key for her voice type. So I don't know what I would have done, maybe kept it in the same key. But one thing I appreciated that Olivia did is that it's not a song that goes somewhere too much.
Right.
And I felt like even with that key change switch, I felt like Olivia was doing everything that she could in her power to make it more interesting.
Okay.
Because I agree with some of the comments that the judges said when it came to her. And this was unfortunate because I really liked her.
Yeah.
I really liked her vibe. I don't know about the song choice. I agree with what the judges said.
And again, we have to remind our audience, this is not a round where she probably had a lot of say in the song choice. And it's interesting because for her voice, I think that this is a perfect song choice. However, her voice sounds a lot like the lead singer of the original of this song. And so what it starts to do is become too close if the arrangement of the song stays the same, and then she has the same sounding and quality of voice as the person that did the original. So for me, I wished that either another song was chosen for her, or I wish that they had done something different to the arrangement, either in structure or in sound, to allow for her voice to be her voice, because I know that she was not manipulating her voice to make it sound like the original. She's just got that kind of voice.
Right.
But I wish to differentiate her version from the original. They would have made it like more an acoustic-y thing, or done something different musically to it to make it new and fresh, because even though she did do some melodically different things to the song, it did sound at points like she was trying to sound like the original, which I was just like, no, Olivia, like do you on this song. I want to hear you. I don't want to hear the original. I want to hear you, because I love her voice so much. So I wish it was a different song choice. I really wish it was a different song choice for this one.
So Mafe was next, and I love when Mafe walked in and saw it was Maluma, and there was an immediate bond there.
Yes.
They're like, Colombia, Venezuela, we are brothers and sisters. Like,
yes.
I loved it. I got a little scared when I heard John say, I chose someone like you by Adele. Now, if anyone this season can sing this song, hey.
Yeah.
But I got a little scared because Stephanie and I both know that this is one of the most difficult songs and it's Adele. Okay.
Yeah. Point blank, period.
I said, but Mafe, how she opened that song again just showed she's got everything in that throat verse. Every arsenal of a vocalist is in her throat.
Yes.
Because she did it very straight tone.
Yes.
No vibrato, very stripped down.
Yes.
That I heard.
Yes.
I said, and then she started throwing these. Shay, I do not agree with you at all. I don't know, Stephanie. I'll wait to hear what you have to say about that. I loved every run that she did on that song because it took it further away from Adele.
Yes.
Because the song is so specific.
Yes.
I was like, Mafe was doing all the right things, I think, to get herself removed from, okay, well, you just sound like Adele.
That's right.
Like somebody imitating Adele.
Right.
And she did that run that she did on the For Me Over. I said was everything. I love the little nuances, the runs, the riffs that she put in her voice. I thought were perfectly placed. I thought they were respectful of the song. I said, y'all don't forget though that Mafe is a powerhouse singer.
Come on.
She let you see it.
Yeah.
I said, wow. I said, Mafe is the complete vocal package.
Yes.
I said, she vocally is probably one of, if not the strongest vocalist. I'm talking about pound for pound vocalist on this season because she can do anything with her throat. anything.
Yes.
I loved John's recommendation of a half step higher because I could see that the lows would have not hit at all.
Right.
For her. So love, you said take it up a half step. I thought that was great.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Dag Stephanie, I wrote, Dag Stephanie, I forgot how rangy this song is.
It's so rangy.
Like it's toleration, it's lows,
yes.
It's chest, it's crazy, it's pullback, it's everything. I said this song has crazy dynamic shifts.
Mm-hmm.
I said it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I said you have to be one of the most skilled vocalists, and Mafe I think is.
Yeah.
Sing Adele, and not only sing Adele, but sing Adele well.
Right.
I thought she did a stand-up good job, but I also believe that if Mafe would have sung another song, there would have been a different outcome. Stephanie.
And this is when I just...
This hurt me.
Yeah, this is when
I'm shadowing a little bit, but this one hurt me because Stephanie and I were just such fans.
Yeah. And this is when I'm reminded that this is a TV show.
Yes.
And, the artists do not have full control over their song choices. And when I too heard that John had picked the song for her, I was like, why? And it's not because, and it's not because
Mafe could sing it.
It's not that she can't sing it. I know that she is one of the people on the season that could sing it, but it's just like a song of death. It really is. And I thought that Mafe did everything that she could have done to deliver this song in the best way possible, because we do not want to hear Shay. We do not want to hear a karaoke version of the song. We do not want to hear an Adele part 2. And I thought that the choices that Mafe made were so good. Because even from the beginning, like you were saying, it was brighter and runnier at the beginning than what Adele does. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what you need to do to this song, right? You need to make it your own, make it different. I don't want to hear Adele. I want to hear you. And that's exactly what she did. Just like you said, this song is hoard. This song is hoard with the dynamics, with the range, with all of it. And when John said take it up a half step, I was like, dang. Because I know how high it gets, but the beginning part would not have translated if she had not done that, because it would have been way too low. So I do think that was a great choice. I felt like Mafe was working like Mariah Carey. Like like young Mariah, like the choices that she was doing, and even how she like kind of works her hands and like how she was moving. I'm like, you look like a young Mariah trying to interpret this song and deliver this song and convey the message of this song the way that you really want to. It was brilliant to see. Yeah, I loved this performance. I completely disagreed with Shay, and I'm so glad that John spoke up and said that he disagreed with Shay too, because that really would have made me mad had he said, I didn't like the choice either. Then I would have been like, well, then you shouldn't have picked this song then.
You know what? I did appreciate that Shay said, in my opinion.
I did appreciate that. Yeah, because we all have our personal preferences.
He said,
right.
Opinion.
Yeah.
Personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Yeah, I appreciated that too.
Okay. So our next artist that we have, this was our leak, so we had some time.
Yes.
And this was Tae.
Yes.
And what did Tae sing?
Yes, Tae from Team Dan and Shay, new to Team Dan and Shay. He sang Running Out of Moonlight by Randy Houser.
I loved, I was like, where's Tae going with this? When he said, my brother introduced me to this song. I told me I went to college and he felt like I left him and blah, blah, blah. That was endearing.
Yeah.
I said, the thing that I love about Tae is he truly is the fusing of two genres.
Yes, absolutely.
In the land of cowboy, in the land of cowboy Carter,
yes.
I said, this is where we are today. I said, I need some R&B country in my life.
Yes.
Tae, will you please give me that in the lies? I beg you, sir, because we don't know what's coming on the lies. I know you probably already have the songs laid out.
Right.
But I just need some R&B country, like true country, true R&B
Right.
because you have that voice. What are you doing? And you don't even try.
Exactly. No,
it's like you take an R&B song and countrify it. That's what
right.
I think.
That's right.
I said, because you already do it, dude.
That's
like,
right.
Your voice, it's undeniable what it is.
Yes.
I love Tay does something that a lot of people don't do, but I love it when it's done. Like those kind of like quick hype words as you are starting a song. Like,
yes.
He's like, come on.
Yes.
That's how you connect with your audience.
Yes.
He's like, come on, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
I love it too.
Every time Tay performs, it's done in an undeniable fashion.
Right.
And I say this is because Tay is one of those singers that will grab you by the shirt collar and pull you to him.
That's right.
To say, you're going to love me. And you're going to love everything about my performance. I said, you can't help but watch. You can't help but listen.
Yeah.
You can't help but being drawn into
That's
Tay.
right. That's right.
That's the type of performer he is. I said, no, he did not give us a little hip hop at the end where they were like, hey! Come on, guys, emerging. I love it. I was like, hey! He did the nightmare.
I said, Chance said he did the nightmare. Watch me whip, watch me then.
I said, I love it. I love it. This performance, actually, I had a smile on my face the entire time. It was just done with such joy.
Yes.
And I said, you know what? Tay is in his lane, right?
Yes.
He's in his zone. He is up there. And you can tell sometimes when a song is so familiar with someone, on the good side, because Stephanie always brings up the point. You said, don't want to do a song too familiar because sometimes you have bad habits. But when you have good habits that come out of when you do a song, I was like, okay, well, he's obviously going to get through because he was the leak.
You're right.
So like, man, Tay is like, I'm going. Either you're coming with me
I'm going. Right. I'm going.
Okay, Stephanie.
Yes. So it was not a surprise to hear that this was a song that Tay does when he performs out, because it was clear that Tay was in his bag. Like he was at home.
I love it.
He was at home singing this song. I loved how well he could perform, how well he can perform with or without his guitar. Because sometimes people that play the guitar kind of get used to the guitar and they don't know how to perform without it. Tay ain't got no problem. Tay ain't got no problem. Right. Tay ain't got no problem performing without his guitar. He got his little step going on. He got his little vibe going on. The vocal was crazy. Can we just talk about the vocal? The vocal from top to bottom was crazy because this song is rangy as well. And the amount... Yeah, and the amount that he was moving about the stage, again, I don't want y'all to underestimate how difficult it is to move about the stage and also sing a very vocally challenging song. It was so cool. He was a great storyteller within the song because I felt the story as well. Okay. So this song is the perfect evidence that hip hop and country are first cousins, because the whole song, like this was this rhythmic country where it's just like put a different beat to these lyrics and it's rap and hip hop basically. And you could tell with the swag that Tay was bringing to this song that he just made it his own, and I loved it. I love the breakdown. I love the musical breakdown of this song. I thought that added a really cool and interesting element and layer to the performance. Again, within the 2 minutes and 30 seconds they have, I thought that was fantastic. He sang this like this was his song. And just like you said, with like the heys and the come ons, I love that. Because we're at the Tay show, right? He's bringing us, he's showing us what we're going to get, not only at the live show of The Voice, but also at a Tay performance. And I love that. I loved it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome job, sir. Great job. Okay, so who is next?
Next up was from Team Legend. We had Zoe Levert, and she sang Iris. by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Like, Zoe, I'm not even talking and I'm getting chills just thinking about what you did. I said, first off, and this was just the rehearsal. I said, I know this is going to be special because I said, ooh, I said, I love the 90s. I love this song. I love this version.
Mm-hmm.
I love her voice on it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Zoe, you had me in the rehearsal.
Right.
I said, this is going to be, if it's what I think it's going to be,
right.
I said it's going to be one of the greatest moments on this show.
Right.
Period. Not this season. I'm talking about a moment that we will remember. We saw an artist win. ...
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, Zoe, and I got to be 100% honest and transparent with you, sis. You were not on my radar. Stephanie will tell you. Stephanie had to be like, bruh, you got to go back and really listen to Zoe. I said, I was not a believer at first. I said, but Zoe, young lady, you are a bona fide superstar.
Mm-hmm.
I said, the fact that you had me captivated at the rehearsal says a lot.
Yes.
And I said, the amazing thing about you, and this has nothing to do with your singing, because we'll get to that in a minute, I said, is you have such a humble spirit about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it can almost come off like lackadaisical. If I'm trying to find a good way to describe it, it can go like aloof.
Aloof. Come on, that's the word that was in my brain, James. Aloof.
Come off aloof.
Yes.
I said, but no, that's your humble spirit.
Come on.
Humility you take in regards to the moment that you're in regards to the opportunity that you've been given. I said, it's beautiful to see someone with this much talent have that much humility.
Yes.
Because you don't see it too often.
That's right.
When you have a talent like yours.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you all, and Swifties, again, do not come for me. I said, take someone who gives you a Taylor Swift vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, she doesn't look like Taylor, but she's got Taylor's whole look and vibe, if that could be a thing.
Yeah. I
said, but that's where it stops. Oh no. It stops. It doesn't stop because it also came out that she is a avid songwriter.
Yes.
So I can't even wait to hear your original stuff. And I hope, well, I almost know that after last night's performance, you pretty much, in my opinion, secured your way over the next several rounds. Because I hope that they will allow you, and they probably won't, but I hope that they will allow you to, I want to hear some of your original stuff. And I guess I got to go on to social media and check it out because you said, you do have a social media following. I said, the way you just took your time. Iris is one of my favorite, it's my favorite Google Doll song, like period, point blank period. The way you arranged it and took your time, almost caressed the song. That's the best word I can use to describe Zoe. You caressed it. I said, I have never, maybe there's one or two other artists, and Stephanie and I have been doing this, where I've gotten chills literally the entire performance.
Yeah.
And that to me is nothing but anointing. You turn that song into a worship song. The anointing on your voice, young lady. I said, that's why people were literally losing. I mean, you had John Legend, Reba McEntire, Chance the Rapper, Dan and Shay losing it. John was singing with you. When does John ever sing with someone?
Right.
Like, it was astonishing to watch what I saw last night. And I knew exactly the second on the rehearsal, I said, I see what Stephanie's talking about. I see why Stephanie sent me mind-blown emoji across my screen.
That was it, James.
I said, okay.
That was it.
I would see it. Stephanie said it would be obvious. I said, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Zoe! I can't even explain what you did last night. It was like you, because you already have that vibe of Taylor, which is the vibe that makes someone a superstar, and the way you sang that, the way you gave of yourself to sing that song the way you did last night, the vulnerability, craziest nuances I've ever heard anyone do on that song, or that song period. Just the nuances alone. You are a nuanced singer, Zoe. That was bananas. Bananas. It's the first time I really listened to the words of that song, and I was just blown away. I've always loved the song.
Yes.
But I was just blown away from start. I'm talking about rehearsal start to the last comment of John. I'm without words, Stephanie.
Woo. So when whoever announced, when she said whoever said the name of the song that she was going to do, my face was like,
yeah,
because I knew. I was like, this is about to be a moment, because I could already hear it.
Yep.
And what they did arrangement wise was what I was hoping that they do arrangement wise. And it was 1,000 times better than I imagined. And I already imagined that it was going to be insane. This moment, you were exactly right, James, when you said, like, you'll remember sitting there and watching this for the first time. This moment for me felt the same as Electric Feels with Sasha and Devis.
Yeah.
This moment for me felt like My Funny Valentine with Calibanum. Like, it was at that level of epic on this show where I will never forget the feeling that I had all throughout watching this performance. The vocal choices. She reminded me of Alexa from last season, where it felt like every word and every line was delivered with intention. Oh, like John said, like the pronunciation and the tonal choices, the nuance. This woman is queen of the nuances.
Yeah.
The way she delivers a line that I've never, other than like an Alexa from last season, because she's the only other person I can remember doing this, just, it made me like not be able to wait to see what she was going to do with the next line of the song. Right. Like, oh my goodness, how are you going to deliver?
Every line.
Every line. Every line. The way that she sang the part when everything's made to be broken. I've never heard somebody run the way that she ran on that broken, and it broke me. Like,
when I text you this morning, Stephanie, I said I'm a mess. You were like, I was a mess.
I was a mess. She was literally preaching at the end of that song. Like, literally preaching. Yeah. It was the most understated snappage I have ever seen. Because she wasn't up there hooping and hollering, but the shift happened. Like, I don't know if you know, Zoe. I don't know if you know what the Lord, and I'm going to say that because you know what I'm saying. I don't know if you know what the Lord did in that moment, but he used you in that moment, because I literally left that song and I felt shell-shocked in the best way. It was just like, what?
I was like, what's happening?
What just happened? What just happened? I was, along with all the coaches, I was losing my mind. I lost my mind to the point that I had to get on stories and be like, I just need to talk to somebody. I need y'all. Did y'all see what just happened?
I was looking in the room, Stephanie, like, does everyone, well, nobody's here.
Like, did y'all just...
What I'm hearing? Are you witnessing what I'm witnessing? Like, and then my wife was in the kitchen getting ready to go to work, and then she said, I didn't even say anything. She's like, well, what's going on? And then she came out, and she stood in, like, the hallway, because our kitchen's, like, a little above our family room, and she just was like, and, you know, Stephanie knows my wife, and she knows that she's not a demonstrative person.
Right.
She just was like,
right. Like,
Zoe, that was beyond you. And I say that not because I didn't think you could do it, but it transcended.
Oh, God.
It was very transcendent. That's what it was. It was just, I was
James, her presence on that stage. And she, when I say she was preaching, she was singing that thing with authority. And I don't know what she was feeling. I have to look at it 1,000 times more to really try to interpret but she was feeling something, and she was communicating something. And whatever, I just felt, it was just brilliant. It was just brilliant.
I said, if the competition ended last night, it would have been the clearest cut of winners. Like, I said, it's over. I said, you can't better that.
On a night where I said it was the best singing of the season, on that night where we had incredible singer after incredible performance after incredible singer and perform, it started and ended with Zoe.
It really did.
It just...
Zoe, I was like, is this even a thing? I was like, what is going on here? What is really going on here?
It took me there.
And I truly think that because, you were paired with in the battle, the trio, the OK3,
mm-hmm.
and Stephanie said, James, you got to listen really close to what Zoe's doing, because she's doing some crazy stuff.
Yes.
That 3-part harmony, it kind of not drowns her out, but it kind of like overtakes it, or it's put in front of Zoe singing.
Right.
But you listen to what Zoe's doing here.
Right.
And then I heard it last night. And I said, okay. I mean, you can't. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I wanted to worship. That's what I wanted to do after that song. I just wanted to be like, thank you,
What are you gonna do?
I was saying about Jesus, but listen, why I feel the Lord. Zoe, I felt him.
What are you gonna do?
I felt him.
That was crazy, Zoe.
That was nuts.
Like, if you keep doing that, Stephanie and I weren't gonna be able to take it. We're like, if you keep doing what you just did, and no pressure, sis, like no pressure, seriously. But that was crazy.
Oh, James, I was hoping. I was like, I know he had to have felt this. I know he had to have felt this.
Like, I've never had a constant feel of the presence of the Lord. Like, I can describe it. It's that tangible, tasteable, feelable, like, just woo. There is a God. And he was all up in that throat, girl.
He was all up in that throat.
Zoe, that was insane. Brava, young lady. Brava, that was crazy. Let him use you, girl. Let him use you. You are but a vessel. Come on.
Stop it. I'm about to run.
Let him use you. Woo. All right. Woo. Okay. Our final performance of the night was another one of our playoff passes for Dan and Shay, who we had not seen since the Nationals. And Madison was someone I kind of forgot about, singing one of my absolute favorite songs, like of all time. Whether it's Fleetwood Mac, whether it's the Chicks,
yes,
whether it's this song, it's a perfectly written song in my opinion.
yeah.
Stephanie, what did she sing?
Oh, she sang Landslide.
Oh gosh,
Oh, Jesus.
this song. Something Madison did in the beginning that I just thought was genius, and I don't know if that was her, Paul, whatever kind of collaboration, but whatever it was. The opening line of that song, da 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 da, bring me down. She took down up. Did you catch that?
I did. I said, come on, smart.
Down.
Yes.
I said, I said, double shift. I said, bring me down. That note always, but you said, bring me down.
She said, oh no, we not going down. We going up. We going up.
But the word was down.
But she went up.
I said, that's genius. I said, cerebrally, cerebrally genius.
Yes.
Up, down, but in the original, I said, I love that change. I said, what is it about Madison that's so special? Because she was another one I didn't necessarily see why people, Madison can sing. She can sing, sis, you can sing. But I was like, what is it about Madison so special? And this is when I saw it tonight for the first time. I said, listen to how Madison blended her voice, because BGVs on Landside are very important.
Yes.
It's very important. I said, Madison, kind of like my boy, like Bryan. I said, Madison is to me one of those singers that was a background. I'm not saying that she is or was. Right. She was a background singer that got pulled up for a headline. So Madison, the way she blended her voice with the BGVs, I thought it was genius. I said this was to me, she appears, even though she's probably not, she appears as someone who was like a session background singer. Voice could blend with anything, mix with anything. That was like, okay, well, no, this girl's really a front person, a front woman. I said, and that she was brought up. So you I'm putting you in the same category of singers like Luther Vandross. I'm putting you in the same category of singers like Roberta Flack. Yes. I put you in that category because I loved what you did with the background vocals on Landslide. I said, you moved through a song so delicately. I said, the just how you just, I said, now I see why people are drawn into you, Madison, because it's so, like, and then she gave you a little bit of the Chris Stapleton Star Spangled Banner, where she on the word turned around. She opened up her voice a little bit to show you that she does have range, right?
I got the range.
Have a little holleration in that voice. Just gave you a taste. And I said, okay, Madison, I see what you're doing. You a Trojan horse singer. Okay. You gonna bring us in a certain way. You gonna get us behind enemy lines, and then the Trojan horse is gonna open, and we're going to be like, what? That's what you are, Madison. And I love it. I love it. You're the dark horse. You're my dark horse pick this season. Because of what you did on Landslide. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Again, the delicateness. And it's so funny. I got a friend calling me as we are on this, who I know is probably calling about the last night episode. I know, and you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
He's calling me right now, so I know he's about to call me and be like, but yeah, it was crazy. Madison, that was awesome. Awesome. And you were so respectful of this song. Because this is a song that people could run on if they wanted to. Yes. But no. You don't run on a song like this. I'm sorry. Anyway, Stephanie, I thought it was great.
It was so good. It was so good. Again, when I heard what her song choice was, I was like, oh, this. And I already knew she was the show closer. So I'm like, oh, I already know this is going to slay. This is going to slay. Right. When she said that she was thinking about her father as she was singing this, I could hear it all throughout the performance. I could hear her being introspective and taking to heart those lyrics, like, you're getting older, I'm getting older too. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, this one just made you feel. And one of the coaches said it just looks so easy and it felt so easy listening to her performance. Her vocal choices were so great. Like I love, like just like you pointed out with the opening, it was so respectful of the original, but I love the slight changes in the vocal and melodic changes and the slight changes in the arrangement to make it her own.
Yeah, there was no kicks, there was no Stevie Nicks in that vocal at all.
No, this was Madison. It was just so beautiful. She told the story with her vocal, and I was completely drawn and captivated by the story and by the performance. It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful ending to an incredible night of singing.
To an incredible night. And that doggone Sweetie. Sis, when you said, girl, I need the Puerto Rican, like, what Sweetie, I said, okay.
They ain't ready for you, sweetie. They ain't ready.
Really ain't. She said, culturally, I need to see that. She said, because I felt like towards the end, I was getting that. Because that's why I think Sweetie really brought it out, because I was like, what is it that I'm not connecting with Madison? Because she can sing. And I said, and I don't think, I felt Madison, I always performed, even though we'd only seen her twice before, I always felt that she was a little guarded.
Yeah.
And then when Sweetie made that comment and said, I need to see that Puerto Rican girl.
You need to see that flavor, them spices. That's it.
I said, Sweetie, that's it, girl. That's it. I said, oh, I want to go to a Sweetie coaching session.
Listen, how much, ma'am? How much?
Right.
Take all my money. Take all my money. She was dropping, and let me say, Maluma was dropping some stuff too. At one point, I forget whether it was to Zoe or somebody else, but he said, talent without discipline is nothing. I said, sir, y'all better come with these gems, with these diamonds.
People don't understand. People just see the glitz and glamour of famous artists. They don't see that even the people who may have a substance abuse issue, a lot of times they have a substance abuse issue because there's so much creativity coming out that their bodies are worn out, so they need something to keep them like awake. Right. I just watched the best documentary. I know I'm going to digress for a second, but I just watched the best documentary that I recommend everyone to watch, and I never give any plugs. Watch the We Are the World documentary on Netflix.
Okay.
And you will see the true life.
Okay.
And for those of you that are too young to remember We Are the World, this was the biggest music event of the 80s, basically.
Yeah.
The biggest, had the who's who minus maybe two famous people. Everyone else of the who's who of 1985 was there, minus I think Prince and Madonna. I think the only people were not there. But anyway, watch. Stephanie, you need to watch this. Everyone needs to watch this to see what that life is really like.
Right.
It's not the glamour.
Right.
It's literally you get off stage. The stage is what, 10% of what you do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm saying all that to say there's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we never see.
That's right.
But then we get the just the joy and the magic that we got last night.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So Stephanie, let's take it to the results.
All right, let's get down to results. So first up was for Team Dan and Shay. Moving on to the lives was Madison and Karen.
Yep.
And Tae.
Yep. And Stephanie said something last night. She said, I saw this one. And I did too.
I did.
It was kind of obvious, like the three of them. I was like, yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Team John, that's the one I was like, well, he could have taken any of them.
It was a pick 'em. It was definitely a pick 'em. I would not have been disappointed by yeah. But I wouldn't have, I really wouldn't have been disappointed with any iteration of the five that he might have chosen. In the end, John chose for the lives Nathan, Zoe, and Bryan.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That legend, that team legend.
Woo! Stacked.
I mean, and Team Dan and
stacked.
Shay, it's just
Yeah,
crazy.
absolutely.
It's just crazy. They're
Absolutely.
getting it down. They're getting it
They
down.
are. They
All
are.
right, y'all. We've been talking a while. What an awesome night. Can't wait for next week. You got Team
Yes.
Reba. You got Team Chance.
Yes.
And it's just going to be fire.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Playoffs are turning into, will it overtake my favorite round? I don't know. It's getting pretty close to overtake my beloved battles. But,
yes.
But yeah, this was special tonight.
It was. It really was. Absolutely.
So Stephanie, tell them what they need to hear.
All right. So don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be the first to know when we drop a new episode. And also check us out on YouTube. Search for the Pitchy Podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new video. And last, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Pitchy Podcast for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more.
All right, you all. We'll see you next week. And contestants, bravo and brava. Bravi,
yes.
as they say, the plural in Italian. Bravi.
yes.
It was sensational. You all deserve all the flowers.
Yes, absolutely.
See y'all later.
Bye-bye.